Hi, good afternoon. My name is Rinaldo Aguiar, and today is June 20, 2025, and it's about 2:50 p.m. The time is Central Time, U.S. Central Time. I'm in Katy, Texas. I'm making this video as a quick tip for law enforcement in case they ever investigate this situation. There is a person, and this is part of the effort in my campaign of bring Diosdado to justice, bring Diosdado to the U.S. And I'm looking in the system for individuals that that might be close to Diosdado that have liability here in the U.S. So they could provide legal ammunition for law enforcement. So there's a Venezuelan citizen. Her name is Mayela Mendt Vilchez. It's spelled Mayela Mendt. That's one of the last names, and the second last name is Vilchez. Mayela is an interesting character because she personally talked to me while I was developing a technology that Travis Kalanick wanted to steal, and Elon Musk, the key opinion leaders technology applied to researchers. Right? So I gave her a couple of demos. Related to cancer therapy, and she works for the MD Anderson Cancer Center, and she has a family connection to Penelope Suarez and to Carlos Suarez. She is the cousin of somebody in that family. I don't know exactly who, but she has a tight connection, a family connection to them. And Carlos Suarez, I believe, is in a situation very similar to the situation of Peter Codallo. Like, although the situation that was presented to me is that he was like a salesman, that a businessman or something like that in Venezuela, right? But according to the pipeline and the technology I have, it seems like his entity in the system seems like he could be a military person, right, from Venezuela, and it's possible that he's close to Diosdado Cabello. Like same situation with with Peter Codallo. He's also in Florida, and there's a lot of data points about Carlos Suarez, and he directly participated in tracking me. Like every time I would go running with his daughter Penelope, he would call her phone, like at the exact moment when I got into the car, and I believe it was a way to triangulate the cell phone to pinpoint my location exactly, right? And I have a lot of other data points, many data points. So I'm pretty sure that he is into it, that he is in it. But what I don't know is exactly how close he is to Diosdado, because his position in the Venezuelan military or intelligence wasn't as prominent as or that visible as Peter Codallo's, right? But it's the same situation of using the daughter to infiltrate the life of the target. It's the same exact situation. So, and also Penelope Suarez is very close to Luis. What's his name? Luis Martinez, right? The chef that I mentioned in the other video. So, this is a very important cluster of operatives here in the U.S. That are acting as unregistered agents for Diosdado Cabello, basically. So it could be an important cluster of liability. Carlos Suarez, Penelope Suarez, and Mayela Mendt Vilchez. Now, Mayela Mendt Vilchez, which is the person that I want to talk about in this short video, is a cancer researcher working for the MD Anderson Cancer Center, as I mentioned. And this is interesting because I've seen firsthand how Diosdado Cabello uses cancer both as a weapon to kill targets and as a motivational tool to make agents do the unthinkable to try to save their parents from cancer. And Mayela researches cancer at the MD Anderson, so there could be something there. Also, the story that was told to me is that Mayela got a special abilities visa from the MD Anderson Cancer Center, and they brought her directly from Caracas to this Houston area to work on cancer research. And I have no reasons to doubt her abilities as a scientist, but it's a very unusual situation. I really don't. The only other doctor that I know that got a special abilities visa for a green card sponsorship was the doctor that was caring for Marcelo when he was a toddler. Like she was working for me as a babysitter, right? And after working for me as a babysitter, she told me that she got a special abilities visa to work for a surgeon, also at a prominent healthcare facility in Houston. Maricer Oropesa is her name. So, that special abilities visa, I've seen that before as a form of payment for agents, right? And also the other point is, and I don't have the data with me here because I'm at this house, but I remember that Mayela and her house, the records matched and were marked in the index and everything. And I was trying to find the records from this house, using just a web browser, and it seemed like the records in the county records were doctored. I don't know if this one that I'm seeing right now is the same record. Like, I will have to check my system, but the only Mendt, MENDT, that I found is somebody called Mendt Diana, Campo Verde Fernando. And the address is 12009 Whittington Drive, Houston, Texas, 77077-4908. And I don't think that was how the record was written a year ago or like 9 months ago, the first time the system flagged her. Like, that name Diana doesn't match Mayela, right? And I don't think it was written that way 9 months ago. So I'm not sure. I will have to check the system. But what I'm saying is, it's possible that they altered the records in the county, so my system wouldn't find her, which would mean that she's very prominent, right? As I suspect, and the system suspects. But again, the address that I can see right now, this is what seems like an altered record, is 12009 Whittington Drive, which is also flagged in the system, right? Let's be clear about that. But the first name doesn't seem to match what I think was before, right? But again, I will have to check my system. But that is just one more data point. But again, like, there's so many data points that it doesn't really matter if it matches at this point or not. Like, I know she's in it. And she personally talked to me. I was giving her a demo, like a sales pitch, right? And she promised that she would introduce me to people in the MD Anderson Center so I could pitch the technology. Of course, that never happened because they didn't want me to sell anything. They wanted to steal the technology. But that's what she promised, right? And there is another cousin of Penelope Suarez. Her name escapes me. I will have to look her in the pipeline. But she works also in the medical field, but in California. And she also accepted a demo, and she was also flagged by the pipeline afterwards, like months after. So I wanted to offer those two data points. So this particular researcher that is here in Houston is Mayela C. Mendt Vilchez, and she's a cousin of that family. She's related to that family of Penelope Suarez, Carlos Suarez, and that cluster of cooperatives. Well, thank you so much.